He didn't just change basketball, he torched the old rule book and rebuilt the sport from scratch. Stephen Curry took the shot nobody respected, mastered it, and used it to launch a dynasty. But his real power wasn't born under bright lights. It was forged in the shadows. He wasn't gifted greatness. He engineered it, climbing from zero to MVP through a savage surgical training system that turned a fragile, doubted underdog into the most lethal weapon the game has ever seen. Ready to unlock the routine that built a revolution?
Whoa! From the other county, and Kobe slaps him on the behind.
Part 1. The Foundation. From zero to NBA ready. Every revolutionary career starts with a rock-solid foundation. For Steph Curry, that meant more than just getting shots up. It meant reprogramming his body and his mind to overcome the exact physical limitations that scouts wouldn't shut up about. He wasn't the biggest, strongest, or fastest guy on the floor, and he knew it. His early career was defined by doubt and, even more critically, by ankles that seemed to be made of glass. So in 2011, he and his trainer, Brandon Payne, went to work. They didn't just decide to train harder, they decided to train smarter, embarking on a mission to build a more resilient, efficient, and durable athlete from the ground up. This part of his journey wasn't about flashy highlights. It was about the painstaking, monotonous, and fundamental work. The kind of work that builds not just skill, but an unshakable confidence in that skill. It all started by tearing down and rebuilding his shot. Yes, that beautiful, deadly jump shot was stripped to its core with an obsessive focus on perfection. The very first drill, the bedrock of his entire routine, is form shooting. Every single workout, Curry starts just a few feet from the basket. The goal here isn't just making shots, it's about perfect mechanics on every single rep. He dials in on his footwork, ensuring his feet are perfectly shoulder-width apart, his dip is consistent, and his release is one fluid motion. His offhand is just a guide, never a source of power. The point is to burn that muscle memory so deep that he can execute it perfectly while exhausted in the fourth quarter of a finals game. He works through a methodical progression, often called 5 spots, 5 makes, where he has to drain 5 perfect form shots from 5 spots around the basket before he's even allowed to take a step back. But a perfect shot is useless if you can't get it off. This is where the second pillar of his foundation was built: elite ball handling. To make up for not being able to physically dominate opponents, Curry had to control the basketball like it was an extension of his body. This meant going way beyond standard dribbling drills. His routine famously includes 2-ball dribbling sequences. This isn't just to look cool, it's a technique called dual tasking. By forcing his brain to manage 2 basketballs at once, he overloads his cognitive system. In a game, handling just 1 ball feels almost automatic, which frees up precious mental energy to read the defense, spot open teammates, and see the play before it happens. Then, they cranked it up another notch, introducing one of his most iconic training tools: the tennis ball drills. While dribbling a basketball with one hand, he'd toss and catch a tennis ball with the other. This wasn't a gimmick. It was a laser-focused drill to boost what his trainer, Brandon Payne, calls neurocognitive efficiency. It's about sharpening hand-eye coordination and, most importantly, forcing him to handle the ball without ever looking down. The drill gets progressively harder: simple tosses, then bouncing the ball off a wall, then complex patterns with multiple tennis balls and specific footwork. Each variation is designed to challenge his brain, making it process information faster and make smarter, quicker decisions on the floor. This foundational work also included a radical new focus on strength. Payne has been clear that for years, coaches were wrong to keep basketball players out of the weight room. He says the quickest way to get better at basketball is to get bigger, faster, and stronger. For Curry, this meant building a powerful core and lower body to protect his ankles and provide the stability for his explosive movements. Exercises like alternating dead bugs and bird dogs were used to build vertical core strength, the secret sauce behind his incredible ball handling. This wasn't about building beach muscles. It was about forging a durable frame that could handle an 82-game season and give him the power to execute under pressure. This was the slow, brutal process of building the engine that would one day power an MVP.
Times out of 10, it does go in, so.
Steph Curry is the greatest shooter in the history of basketball. Better than Reggie Miller, better than Ray Allen, better than Jason Terry as a shooter. Better.
Part 2. The Evolution. Building the MVP. With a rock-solid foundation in place, Steph's training had to evolve. This is the phase where he went from being a promising shooter to an entire offensive system. The goal was no longer just to be a good player. It was to become completely unguardable. His trainer, Brandon Payne, has said he intentionally designs workouts to overwhelm Curry, to push him to a point of sensory overload so that the chaos of an actual NBA game feels manageable, even slow. This philosophy is the key to understanding his legendary stamina and his ridiculous ability to make shots from anywhere, at any time. The static, fundamental drills from his early days were replaced with dynamic, game simulation exercises. The new rule was simple: practice at game speed always. One of the staples of this evolution is his Shooting on the Move series. He runs through every scenario you can imagine, coming off pin-down screens, flaring to the corner for a catch and shoot, and the transition pull-up three that has become his signature weapon. The focus is on brutally efficient footwork, getting his feet set and his body balanced in a split second. He meticulously practices a delayed pickup, where he keeps his dribble alive for an extra beat on stepbacks to create massive separation. It's these tiny, practice-to-death details that give him the space he needs. But what truly separates Curry is his conditioning. It's not just that he makes the shots. It's that he can make them in the final minute of a game just as easily as he can in the first. His superpower, as some analysts have called it, is his elite fitness. This was forged through some of the most grueling shooting drills imaginable.
It went in! He was wrapped up by Middleton, spinning away from the bucket. You must live a charmed life to get that bucket. I guess when you're Steph Curry, those things just happen.
There's no way that went in.
Denver Nuggets player Michael Porter Jr., who's seen these workouts, described how Curry takes a simple drill and pushes it to an insane level. While most players might do a star drill, running between spots around the three-point arc, Curry does it full court. He won't even attempt a shot until he's first sprinted the entire length of the floor. Think about the physical toll: a full court sprint, then instantly having to calm your breath, set your feet, and sink a perfect jumper. Now imagine doing that hundreds of times in one workout. That's how you build the endurance to maintain perfect form when your lungs are on fire and your legs feel like lead. The sheer volume of his shooting is staggering. In the off-season, Curry aims to make between 300 and 500 shots every single day. Over his 15-year career, that adds up to a mind-boggling 2.52 million shots in practice alone. It's a relentless grind that builds unshakable muscle memory. A common routine involves making shots from 5 spots, stepping back a few feet, and repeating until he's hit a set number, rotating around the arc to ensure he's covered the entire floor. This era also saw the integration of more advanced neurocognitive tools, like the FitLight system. These are disc-shaped lights that his trainer places around the court. Payne uses a remote to flash the lights, and different colors correspond to specific dribble moves or shots that Curry has to execute instantly. As Curry himself explained it, we overload our sensory system so that the game slows down in real life. He's training his brain to process multiple variables at once: the defense, his teammates, his own position, and make the perfect decision in a fraction of a second. This is why he always seems one step ahead. He's literally trained his mind for it. The final piece of his MVP puzzle was a renewed commitment to the weight room, but with a new goal. After 2020, he dedicated himself to getting stronger, and it visibly changed his game. He became far more effective at absorbing contact, holding his ground, and finishing through bigger defenders at the rim. You can't just bump him off his spot anymore. His trainer has preached that if you want to be a better shooter, handler, or defender, the answer is always the same: get stronger. Curry himself credits his longevity and ability to play hard for 35 minutes a night to this added strength and endurance. This physical transformation was the capstone, turning a brilliant shooter into a complete, durable, and physically imposing offensive weapon. He wasn't just out-shooting opponents anymore. He was outworking, outthinking, and outlasting them.
He nailed it!
With two from 45 feet. Bingo!
Unbelievable!
Part 3. The Complete Blueprint. The Daily Regimen of a Champion. So, what does it all look like when you put it together? The daily routine of Stephen Curry is a masterclass in discipline, efficiency, and holistic prep. It's a schedule that perfectly balances intense physical work with the crucial recovery and family time needed to sustain that peak performance. An off day for Curry isn't a day on the couch. The work starts around 8 a.m. Mornings are for family, spending time with his wife, Aisha, and their 4 kids before the grind begins. After a healthy breakfast, often a smoothie Aisha prepares, he's off to his first session of the day. His on-court workouts, which last between 90 minutes and 2 hours, are ruthlessly efficient. Not a second is wasted. His trainer, Brandon Payne, has explained they work within an optimal training window based on feedback from Curry's own nervous system, and they squeeze every drop out of it. The session kicks off with mobility work and activation to get his body ready. This is where he'll fire up his neurocognitive pathways right away with his 2-ball and tennis ball dribbling drills. Then it's time to shoot. The volume is high, but the purpose is higher. During the season, he might make around 300 shots just to maintain his form without burning out. But in the off-season, that number jumps to 500 made shots a day, and these aren't lazy jumpers. Every single shot is part of a structured game simulation drill. Spot-up threes, pull-ups off the dribble, and shots coming off those full-court sprints. The intensity never drops. No wasted movements, no half-speed reps. After the court work wraps up around noon, he transitions to strength and conditioning. He has a detailed weekly schedule, often hitting different muscle groups like chest, back, and shoulders on different days. This isn't for show, it's for function. Exercises like deadlifts and chest presses are key to his routine, as they directly improve his shooting stability and durability on the court. His dedication here is legendary. He's often lifting before practice, after practice, and even before games. Following all that physical exertion comes the equally important recovery phase, starting around 3 p.m. This is what lets him maintain such an insane output day after day. His recovery methods are as cutting-edge as his training.
He goes up and scores!
He uses foam, rolling, and soft tissue therapy to keep his muscles fresh. He also does yoga for flexibility and mindfulness. One of his more well-known techniques is the sensory deprivation tank. About once a week, he'll float in a tank where the water is skin temperature and all light and sound are blocked out. It's designed to give his highly stimulated mind and nervous system a chance to completely unplug, reset, and recover. The rest of his day is a testament to a balanced life. He'll nap, have lunch, and dedicate his evenings to family. He makes sure to get at least 8 hours of sleep a night, often cutting out screen time before bed to improve his sleep quality. This 360-degree approach, intense, intelligent work paired with dedicated recovery and a stable home life, is the complete blueprint. His pre-game routine is a perfect summary of this philosophy. It's a meticulously choreographed 20-minute performance that's become a show in itself. It starts with dribbling, moves to form shooting to find his rhythm, and expands to every shot in his arsenal, ending with his famous tunnel shot. It's not for the fans. It's a ritual to lock in his mind and body for the battle ahead. It's the final product of a day, a career, built on this exact blueprint. When you watch Stephen Curry, you're not just seeing talent, you're seeing the result of a deliberately engineered grind. Inch-away form shooting, vision warping, reaction drills, full-court conditioning tests. Every brutal rep has a purpose. It's proof of what his trainer Brandon Payne preaches. Skill is useless without the strength, conditioning, and intelligence to execute when it matters. Curry wasn't born a revolutionary. He built himself into one through relentless, intentional work behind closed doors. If you're hungry for more breakdowns of what true greatness really looks like, subscribe to PosterizedPlayback and tell us in the comments whose training routine you want us to dissect next. Now go earn yours.